The views, comments, and opinions of the following program do not necessarily reflect those of Morris Media Studios, MorrisMediaLive.com, or its affiliates. Listener discretion is advised.
I like my green with crystals like Folgers, picking up momentum, rolling like boulders. They call me ice, but I'm really much colder. My rhymes is heavy like the weight on my shoulders. I'm spitting that red hot smoldering lava. I fight to the end like the Navajo. Crack a bottle though, make it the goose with cranberry and triple sec. Triple my check, I feel the ripple effect of a fool on the loose. I hit you from every angle, from obtuse to right. Street shit like JJ, I'm dynamite. Slide me some dough, I show you an execution in the flesh, and promise not to leave nothing left. If you bomb it, I keep stabbing, shooting, damaging, looting, till it ain't no disputing who the greatest is.
Da 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 da. What's up, party people? Yeah. Just hit me. Hey, man, I know y'all like my little mask right here, man, coming through your speaker. My boy Chuck hooked this up for me. Nice little Oak Bay flavor. I like that, man. It's cool, right? Okay, since ain't nobody within 10 feet of me, I'll come up off of that. How y'all doing? What's up, poetess? How you doing? Dang, middle of April already. Damn, we passed that. 421. Did you get your 420 on yesterday? I know, man. I said, hey, did you see that thing with the what happened to the Vision Theater?
I read about it, but I didn't see it. Did you pass by it?
I just passed by it.
Is
man.
it like all burnt up?
Like the whole what do they call that thing that goes all the way to the top?
The little antenna temple thing?
Temple thing, right.
That's burnt up?
No, that's still standing. So the structure is still standing, but it's just looked like it just got all burnt out. All what used to be Fifth Street Dix and all that and everything is just burnt up.
What?
Yep.
Because Sheena told me that it started with someone setting fire to a homeless someone in a tent.
Encampment right there. Yep. Started with that,
wow.
Man. Cold-blooded.
I heard there was significant damage, but they were in the process of renovating it.
Yeah, I think they had already put a whole bunch of money in it. That's what I heard.
Hopefully they had insurance.
Right. Hopefully they had insurance, party people. That's when insurance is your friend during a fire. But you can't own a building and have a mortgage on it and all that without fire insurance.
Yeah.
True that. All right, party people, man. So I got a jam-packed show for you today, man. I got some people joining us via telephone. I got my young cousin, sports fanatic, young lottery calling via LA, via Chicago. I got my man Rich Campbell calling in, who is invented how to grow plants in rocks. We're going to talk about that to help you through the pandemic right in your own kitchen. And then I got my man from Man's World calling in to talk about a lot of this craziness, all right? So let's get to it, party people. I think we got Lotto on the phone already, right? Yo.
What's up, man?
What's up, Lottery?
Not much, man. How you?
Good, man. How you doing?
Doing good, man. Just avoiding corona, you know?
Avoiding corona, keeping your distance?
Oh, yeah, definitely. Social distancing is the way to go.
That's the way to go. Hey, man, you talking in the phone, man? I can't really hear you that good, man.
You can't hear me?
Oh, that's better.
Oh, okay.
That's better.
Okay.
Yo, man, so let's talk about this thing that's going on right now, Mr. Lottery. ESPN has been crying a slow, dirty death these days without sports, man. Have you been noticing that?
Yeah, I definitely noticed. It's crazy. It's sad to watch. Like, the things that they cover now is just, I'm like, what does this have to do with sports? Like, they're doing a lot of reaching.
Yeah, they reaching, right? Doing hella reachbacks.
They were giving updates on Babyface versus Teddy Riley. That's how bad it is.
That's how bad it is. They got people getting on there, man, talking about their favorite game ever and this defense against that defense, man. They dying a slow death, bro.
It's bad. It's bad.
Man. What's up with your what's up with your NBA buddies, man? What they doing, man? How they maintaining?
I mean, they are. I mean, it's funny. This whole pandemic thing has made everybody equal. So, like, I was playing spades the other night with Anthony Anderson randomly. Like, everybody is online, like, just hanging out together. It's like everybody's equal right now. We're all going through the same thing. Nobody's better than nobody else.
Right.
Everybody's just going through the same thing. So it's like, I mean, yeah, it's sad to watch.
Sad to watch. I know it is the great equalizer, man. Damn, for real.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
No.
But spades and iPhone games are all bringing us all together. So
yeah, exactly. Hey, so the thing that is hot, though, on ESPN is that Michael Jordan documentary.
Oh, yeah.
I know you done seen episodes 1 and 2 already, right?
Oh, yeah, definitely. And I own 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 for anybody that wants to get it. Just hit me up.
Really? I figured you had it.
Oh, yeah, I got it. The only thing I don't have is they got 2 final episodes that they're still filming. So, you know.
Oh, really?
Here's the crazy thing. Kobe filmed his part the week before he died.
Really? He filmed his parts?
Yeah. It's 10 hours broken up into 10 parts.
Wow. You see, I've seen part 1 and 2, but I have not seen Kobe yet.
Oh, that's coming.
Damn.
That's gonna be. You gotta remember the Bulls play the Lakers around Christmas time every year in December. So they haven't even got to that. They're in month October right now.
Oh, facts.
Yeah.
Facts. Good point, man. Y'all heard it here first, party people. Y'all heard it here first.
If you notice, they're bouncing back between 97. At this point, they're bouncing back between 97 and 85, and 87 and 97. So, yeah, just some, background.
Oh, they are. Exactly.
Yeah.
So what was it like, man? So when they won their first championship, how old were you?
When they won their first championship, I was 10 years old.
As a Chicago, I didn't mention you're from Chicago. But.
Yeah, so let me tell you this. My earliest remembrance of the Bulls was us getting jacked up by the Pistons. Like, my family members in Michigan, me and Mike both got family members in Saginaw, Michigan, and they would call me just talking crazy, saying, "Oh, we beat up on your boy, Bulls ain't nothing," and all this stuff. So, it got to me a little bit, well, not a little bit, a lot of it. So I couldn't wait till we could finally get past the Pistons. So 91, when we finally got past the Pistons, it was the greatest thing ever. Wait, let me take it back a step further. 1990, we went to Game 7 against the Pistons.
Right.
We could have beat them, but Scottie Pippen had migraine headaches, supposedly. A lot of people in Chicago.
Oh, I could hear the twang in your voice right there, the disrespect.
Yeah,
you saying supposedly?
A lot of people in Chicago blamed him. They say that Jordan, behind closed doors, blamed him for the reason for him not having 7 rings.
Damn.
Because you
should thank him for being the reason to have 6, though. Shit.
Well, there's a deeper story that a lot of people don't know. Jordan in 90. Let me tell you some like real stuff. So, in 96, and this was like everybody kept saying, why was Jordan getting paid so much and Pippen so little? Jordan for years was getting paid $2.5 million. I
know. Right? I do know this.
And Jordan was one of the lowest paid players.
I do know this.
Yes. Jordan in 96 he didn't even go to Krause. He went straight to Jerry Reinsdorf and said, hey, offer me what you think I'm worth. And they offered him $15 million. He went back to them and said, offer me what you think I'm worth, or I'm leaving for New York or Houston. This is a true story. And that's why Jerry Reinsdorf gave him the $35 million.
Damn. Well, he deserved this shit.
He said, he said, you guys have 30 minutes. That's why people in Chicago know of it as, 30 minutes away from being a Knick. He was 30 minutes away from being a Knick.
Oh, he gave them a 30-minute
30-minute window.
Jordan is hardcore, man. I like that.
Yeah, so that's why he got so much. Pippen got so little. Here's the truth about that. Pippen, for everybody that don't know, had back issues.
Right.
Pippen was scared to death that his back was deteriorating. So Pippen, people keep saying, "Oh, Pippen's agent was horrible." No, Pippen's agent told him not to deal. And Ron.
Wait, hold on, bro. You kind of going out, in and out.
Okay, can you hear me now?
That's better. Yeah.
So Pippen's agent told Pippen to take the deal, and Reinsdorf told him not to take the deal. But Pippen, because he knew he had a deteriorating back, got scared and wanted the years instead of the upfront money.
Look, the reason that he did it, bro, doesn't come into question. It's just that after you start winning these damn championships, bro, and holding the team while Jordan was out during baseball, and playing again and winning 3 more, man, at some point, you can keep the contract in place, but just get a guy a bonus, man. Can't you get a Christmas or Easter bonus? You can't even get nothing for Halloween.
Hear me out.
You tripping, bro.
Hear me out. I hear all that. Jerry Krause and Reinsdorf both told him, don't take this deal. And he
Doesn't
said,
matter.
I want it. But no, let me finish. Jerry Reinsdorf told Pippen, if you take this deal, do not come back crying to me about it because I'm warning you not to take this deal.
So what?
So what happened was Pippen chose to do this around the same time that Jordan was holding the team hostage. So at the end of the day, Jordan's deal is up. Pippen's wasn't. And they told him, you got to remember, Jordan's deal put them over the salary cap.
Look, bro, are you really sitting here trying to rationalize how the second best player in the world,
he was not the second best player. I'm tired of people saying that he was not the second. You have revisionist history.
You are surprising me right here.
Nobody in Chicago said he was the second best player.
You're surprising me right here, man. Are you ignoring? Are you ignoring?
He was not.
You could say it was Akeem, so then that makes him.
Okay. Tell me this.
You could go to Akeem, but then that's it.
In '97, where you take. Okay, you're going to take Pippen. So check this here. You got Hakeem Olajuwon,
right?
Who you're taking over Pippen. You got Shaquille O'Neal, who you're definitely taking over Pippen.
No. Look, I would pick him in that moment because he's Shaq, but Shaq wasn't better than him at that moment.
He was. Are you tripping?
You saying Shaq came in better than Scottie Pippen, bro?
Yes, he was.
In his prime? No, he became
better.
He became better, bro.
You're tripping right now.
You're tripping.
Shaq finished second in the league in scoring behind Jordan and second in the league in rebounds. How are you telling me that Pippen's better than that? Because
he was on
with a dude with a deteriorating back whose lifetime scoring average is 16 points per game was better than Shaq. I'm sorry.
Because it's not just about scoring, bro. It's about defense.
Shaq was all defense that year too.
Scottie Pippen was all defense 12 years, bro.
He was.
Who else?
I'm not taking that away from him.
Who else has done that? The defense alone gets him there, bro.
I'm not taking that away from him. But to say
he literally comes in.
The top 3 player in the league is wrong. That's not right,
bro. He literally comes in and stops your best player, bro. That's the most valuable person you could have. I'm going to play your team, and whoever your best player is, I'm going to stop that guy. That's the most valuable person.
Bro, you tripping, bro. You tripping. Nobody in '97 was saying that Scottie Pippen was a top 3 player in the league.
Look, why are you sticking with 97, though? Why are you sticking with 97?
Because that's the year.
No. But that's not what I'm talking about here, Lottery. You're not even listening. You're stuck on that moment. I'm talking about after championship number 1, and then number 2, and then number 3, and then number 4.
Wait, stop. When the only time he was
Shaq wasn't even in the league then.
No, stop. Listen. The only time Scottie Pippen was top 3 in the league was the years Jordan was out of the league. In '91, he was not top 3.
Okay, so look, let's just use those 2 years then, Lottery. You mean to tell me the top guys, one of the top guys in the league, you can sleep at night paying this guy $1.8 million a year, bro? Are you serious? Are you serious, Lottery? Are you serious?
Bro, he chose
if you
that
can't see that,
no,
man, you're disappointing
but you're not
me.
hearing me. He chose that contract during that time period.
Still.
No, but that's the time period he chose it.
Still. No, he didn't choose it then. He chose it
Yes,
before.
No,
He already signed
it.
Before the time he was out?
Bro, in 87, he was a rookie. He played under his contract.
Yeah, in 87.
And listen. He played to his contract till 92, right?
Mm-hmm.
92 was the year that he re-upped. He re-upped for that money in 92.
You are speaking on You're doing a good job, Lottery. You're speaking on behalf of the owners, man, and I appreciate that, man.
Because
I love that. I love that about you.
Hearing me. Not hearing me. This is why a lot of people you're not understanding. He signed the contract in 92.
I get it.
He signed the contract in 92. The money was good at that moment. What happened was everything ballooned after he signed his contract.
I agree.
But I'm saying, though, he signed the contract a year before everything ballooned, bro.
I agree.
That was him.
I agree.
Scottie,
I agree. But as an organization, to take care of your guys that's making you worth $1 billion, bro, you can't come off of a little bonus of nothing. You're gonna just hold this like posture that says, "Hey, you signed the contract."
Okay. Is anybody gonna talk about how Scottie Pippen got?
Scottie Pippen hater from Chicago. I love it.
Hold on, no. I love Scottie. Scottie's my second favorite player of all time. But what I'm saying is facts is facts.
Oh, what, you like washed up niggas or something?
No, nobody's talking about Scottie Pippen got $10 million bonus when he left to go to Houston. That's what the Bulls gave.
When he left?
Nobody, hold on. Nobody.
What about when you were there, bro?
He left to get. Hold on.
Succotash.
There was a lot of things the Bulls did to help Scottie Pippen. Scottie Pippen even said, "Don't feel sorry for me." Scottie Pippen finished with more money made during his NBA career than Jordan, but nobody's talking about that part.
Look, bro, I didn't say I'm feeling sorry for him. That motherfucker lived. He didn't have shoes until the 5th grade, damn near. So he's doing great. But I'm just saying, to be a stand-up organization, and you've got wherever you put him in, the top 5, top 7, wherever you want to fucking land Scottie Pippen, Mr. Lottery. You as an organization, he was the 122 highest paid person in the league, man. You got to step up, man, and say, you know what?
Listen,
right is right.
I'm not saying that I'm not saying the Bulls were a shitty organization. What I'm saying, because I was there, I remember it. It was shitty. We all hated Jerry Krause and hated Ryan.
All right, then. All right.
But at the end of the day, I'm just saying at some point, some blame has to be put on Scottie Pippen for taking that deal.
No. The deal, he has to own the deal. He has all the blame for the deal he took, but the organization has all the blame for not stepping up and saying, damn, we appreciate you. That's all I'm saying. Damn. Man, you know what? You got a good future as an owner in the NBA, man. You just proved it today, man. I'm proud of you, man.
An owner and a GM.
And a GM. I'm proud of you, man. You better tape this. Matter of fact, I'm going to send you the transcripts, man. So in your future, you don't even have to do a resume. You can just play this. Nah, man. Thanks a lot for calling in, Mr. Lottery, man.
Of course.
Where can the people find you, bro?
Shy Lottery, LOTTERY. On Instagram and Twitter.
Really? Twitter? Mm-hmm. All right, man. Call me back. We go. Nah, I'm just fucking with you. Hey, look, I'm gonna have you back, man. Once the sports come back, if ever.
No doubt.
All right, man. Holla. Mr. Young Lottery, surprise me, man. All right. I guess he had his agent hat on right there. Nah, man, I'm a fan of Scottie Pippen, man. To me, just the defense alone makes him one of the greats, but people see it differently. All right, man, what's my next item?
I was going to say there's comments.
Oh, let's hear.
Shout out to my mom who's watching the show.
Hey.
Scottie Pippen was the reason they came up with the term point forward. That's from Cavidates.
Ah, that's right. That's right. Because he was a forward, but running the point. He had more assists. He had all that. More rebounds. He was a bad mother. What else we got?
He also said, hang up on this dude. Pippen was hard.
Hey, that's a good suggestion. I would have hung up on him, but that's my little cousin right there, man. Now, he know what he's talking about, but he's from Chicago, so he likes to, really dig in deep to all the nuances and all that. And he's also got a master's in sports management. So he really was trying to show his sports management side, I think, right there. Because he knows Pippen is hard.
All right, next topic. I don't know.
Next topic. Okay. Next topic. I want to talk about this poem that came out in 1869 that became famous in 1919 while the pandemic, this famous pandemic of 1918 was still going on. This poem came out. And they were practicing the same things that we're doing right now. I have a few pictures to show you while I read this poem. It's called This is Timeless. And people stayed home and read books and listened. And they rested. And they did exercises and made art and played and learned new ways of being and stopped and listened more deeply. Someone meditated. Someone prayed. Someone met their shadow, and people began to think differently, and people healed, and in the absence of people, lived in ignorant ways. Dangerous. Let me back up and say that again. In the absence of people who lived in ignorant ways, dangerous, meaningless, and heartless, the earth also began to heal. And when the danger ended and the people found themselves, they grieved for the dead and made new choices and dreamed of new visions and created new ways of living and completely healed the earth just as they were healed. Famous poem ran in the New York Times back in 1919. And as you guys saw with the pictures, man, look at that. They were literally going through the same thing. Everybody walking around with masks on. Look, they're keeping their distance. You see how far people are? No cars on the street. Look, damn, that's some fly ass. She got a whole hat wrap. That's fly, man. That mask, man. That's a serious mask wearing right there, buddy. But it's a trip. It's like we're repeating the same thing, you know? And they did it for a long time. They did it for 18 months. And we have these people out here around in these parks trying to open up these places and these states and these beaches and these arenas and all this shit within like 6 weeks. I don't know if that's smart, man. I would agree with it because I'm such the skeptic and I'm such a rebel and renegade. I would agree with it, except for people are dying, man. And the people that are dying on some new shit. New feelings of the new symptoms and everything like that, man. It's real, bro. Save your own life, party people. Save your own life. Somebody saying something?
Cavett Hayes again says, so we're running plays from 1918. The dummy in the White House can't even come up with his own ideas.
Ha 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 ha. I like that, man. That's pretty good. You know, hey, they did a good job back in 1918. Let's do that again. Let's try that. I could see that happening. I could see them on a retreat in where's that place he likes to go? Mar-a-Lago. I could see him.
He owns that place.
Right. I think he does own. I could see them in Mar-a-Lago, you know, around this big old table. What can we do, guys? How can we crash the economy and make all you guys rich? And then it'll come back, man, on the next guy's watch. How can we do it? Hey, man, you know they did this shit back in 1918. I don't know. That's without proof. That's high levels of conspiracy that I would have to piece together, but it's believable. I could say that. Yes. All right. Next item. My man Rich is gonna be calling in a second. Let's see. Next item. There's a funny thing that's going on right now. Since there's a pandemic, right? And that people can't go anywhere and they can't go places, people are having to come up with new ideas on how to get off the phone with people. You can't say like, yo, man, I gotta go, or I got a meeting, or, oh, man, I'm late, man, I'm going somewhere. All that shit is off the table. So, party people, I've got the top 3 for you, and none of them are surprising. The number 3 is my phone is dying. How you like that one? That will work, right? A couple times.
Wait, I had a friend get so mad at me because do you have friends that you call and you know it can never be a 5-minute call, that it's gonna be at least 30?
Yes. And sometimes they call and I see their name. If I don't have 30 minutes, I'll be like, nah.
Okay, so a friend of mine, I called. I knew that it wasn't going to be. I had just a quick question for this person.
Right.
And so I called him up, and before I can get my question out, he goes on about what he's doing and what projects he's working on. And so I listen, and I can feel myself getting ready to explode. So anyway, I go, okay. I actually exploded. I actually said, okay already.
I
said, he goes, but I'm not finished telling you my story. I said, well, get to the fucking point.
Cold-blooded.
I said, I'm at work, dude. I just had a quick question for you. And he hung up in my face.
He hung up in your face?
He hung up in my face.
Damn.
And so,
he didn't even listen to your question?
No.
Oh.
And so, I sent him a note, and I said, look, hey, I'm sorry if I was rude, but I'm at work. I only had a quick question for you, and you just kept going on and on.
Right. Hey.
And I said, but you hung up on me. This could have been a situation where it could have been money for him too.
He doesn't even know. He never found out.
He wouldn't, and he hasn't called me to this day. But you know what? I don't even care. It's like, good. And I have other friends who actually put up with this guy. Like, he's such a narcissist. Like, every time you call him, it's about him, what he's doing. And if you ain't talking about nothing that benefits him, you're not going to get a word in.
That's what it sounds like. That's what it sounds like.
You're not going to get a word in edgewise.
Because he didn't want to hear your question. Like, you had a question. You had a real reason for calling. And since you didn't want to listen to his long story, he wouldn't hear you at all. Damn.
Right.
That's a trip. There's people out there like that, man. They don't even listen. Or it's like you talk. There's people that you talk to them, and then they'll like ask you a question, and then while you're answering them, you can see that they're already not listening anymore. Have you had that?
That would be me. I can zone out of a conversation so fast.
I was talking about you. No, for real.
Yeah, you probably were. I would not be offended because I do it all the time.
Man. Okay, so the other two quick things. The other one is, one, you said my phone is dying. I got to let you go. The other one is I'm cooking.
Yeah, I don't like to talk on the phone and cook at the same time.
So people respect it. They let you go. Like, oh, okay, you're cooking. And then the final one, which is not a surprise winner, is people start coughing and shit. Like they sick. Like, sorry.
How's that going to get you off the phone?
Keep me a distance from the phone. This next thing, this next one is pretty good, man. It made my I don't know. I'm gonna put it out there, but it did give me a little heartfelt feeling. The WNBA draft happened either today, it was today, or yesterday, or today. But anyway, they did the draft and they made Gianna an honorary draftee, Kobe's daughter. Isn't that cool?
Very cool.
That is cool, man, because she was well on her way. He was doing so much for the sport, and he was developing girls and supporting them and putting the messages out there and everything. She was well on her way. And they straight up said, you know what? We're going to make you an honorary draftee. I thought that was tight.
Yeah, I've been following Vanessa on Instagram, and it's just sad. I mean, she's trying to push through and have some normalcy. But I heard that her and the other families are suing the helicopter company.
I was figuring that was coming.
Yeah, definitely.
Now, did it come down to that on that day, right? He didn't use his normal helicopter? Was that what it was?
I don't know. I don't know what the facts are.
Yeah, it was either a different helicopter or a different pilot. Something was different on that day. And he said, let's do it. I can't remember.
Yeah, it was too cloudy, and I think his regular pilot refused or something.
Oh, that's right. And this other dude was like,
yeah,
I've done it many times, blah, blah, blah. Yeah. Exactly. Cold game. But anyway, I thought that was dope, WNBA. I really do. Sometimes you do things to make people feel good. That's what I was trying to tell Mr. Lottery. Make people feel good, man. Sometimes, man. It ain't always about the pocket. All right. Speaking of pockets, U.S. citizens married to immigrants won't get the coronavirus stimulus. Damn, that shit rhymed, huh? U.S. citizens married to immigrants won't get the No, I didn't get it right. Coronavirus stimulus. Basically, Trump said that one of the stipulations is if your spouse is an immigrant and doesn't have a social security number, you can't get it.
But I did hear here in California, the governor is giving illegal immigrants $500 a piece.
Really? Illegal?
Illegals.
Hey. I mean, if you think about it, it's probably a good investment.
I mean, I'm not mad at it. But I still kind of feel like there's still like citizens in this state that need $500 too. But I guess because the government is giving everybody stimulus, that he felt like then since the illegal immigrants aren't getting that you know they have families to feed, they pay taxes, whatever. So,
Well, I have this feeling about things like this that come up regarding Mexican illegal immigration from Mexico, all that whole thing. I really have a block on saying to the Mexican population that you don't deserve something because California was Mexico until we kicked them out. This their land.
That's how I feel.
This their whole land, man. You can't act like they not supposed to be here just because you put a fence up, fool, and pulled your little war tactics 100+ years ago. I'm not going to come back. Man, this is my land, man. This is Mexico originally. So I don't know how it works with the books and how it works with the numbers and all that, but the rights, I'm not mad at it.
Yeah, I agree. I think that Mexicans this was their land at one time. And, you know.
And not technically
I'm not
really
mad,
that
I'm
long
not
ago.
mad that the governor is helping them.
Right. And if you think about it, right, if you think about not helping, what are the consequences? Well, we sure don't want them to go back home and then there'll be this drought where whatever they want to call the agricultural workers or whatever is not there. So we need them as a part of our economy, man, and they deserve it. party people. All right, we got a caller. What's up, caller? Caller, you say what?
What's up, Mike? How you doing, brother? This is Man from Man's World. I'm turning the sound down because it's kind of delayed. What's happening, brother?
Oh, what's up, big man? What's happening? How you doing, bro?
I'm just sitting here, man, on quarantine, although I'm with the brother Tykeith. We're on quarantine kicking it. We just keeping 8 feet distance in a pad.
Oh, is that what we doing? Okay, what's up? Crazy cool, what's up?
He said, crazy cool, what's up, man?
Hey, man, what?
This blunt, I hit my blunt. None of that puff, puff, pass. Puff, puff, pass my ass.
Puff, puff, pass to yourself? From your right hand to your left?
Right to the left, exactly, man. How you doing, man? You getting out on the COVID-19, man? Where's your mask? Oh, well, you can't wear a mask.
Oh, no, look, I got it right here. You ain't seeing me, boy? What you know? I got this fresh Oak Bay.
Right on.
Right on, baby. Right on. Hey, weigh in on this, man. Trump just, excuse me, let me back up. There's this thing going around, and one of the stipulations in the stimulus packet for people getting their $1,200 is if you are married to an immigrant who is yet to have a social security number, you do not get a check.
Isn't that something? Hey, man, listen, I'm serious. I'm glad you brought this up. I never talk about this because I've been thinking about this a lot. Some of this dude is so racist against immigrants that unfortunately it helps some of the people he don't like, which is black men. He's jealous of Obama, but black men are the most impacted by people, illegal immigration. Black men are more impacted than anybody else because they go from construction. You know, think how many niggas you know can fix houses. Excuse my language. Think how many people you know can fix houses. Brothers, and you know, they used to be a good thing, but when you can hire 3 immigrants for the same price that you used to get one brother, who you gonna hire? People started doing that, and the same people, the same party of the people who own the companies are the same ones who's talking about the immigrants. It blows my mind.
Well, I don't know if you heard my last point, but my whole feeling about Mexicans, man, getting stimulus checks who are illegal. They call them illegal aliens. I don't like to use the word aliens, but illegal immigrants. Illegal immigrants. I feel like California's Mexicans land anyway, man. You get kicked off the land, and when you come back over or sneak back over or whatever you want to call it, now you're a criminal? I don't like that, man.
Wow. Well, I think lands have borders. I think they negotiated and had treaties.
Wait, what?
And at the end of it, and wars. And some of this land was captured. It might have been captured, but it was accepted as a land border.
Accepted? So, it wasn't accepted, man. They got kicked out and killed and said that Rio Grande is all you... Go on the other side of that little river. It wasn't accepted. You couldn't do nothing about it.
Well, I'm just saying this. That's how Europeans get down. If that's not the case, you got to pretty much got to find out why they anywhere besides Eurasia. You didn't want. That's how they get down. They go around conquer shit and say, "Man, this is mine. This is mine." They're the Debos of the world.
The Debos.
Yeah, this is my land, homie.
Hey, man, what you doing on my turf, punk?
But listen, the same thing happened to us. Well, not that they're really, but I saw, because we on these weird-ass hours, I was looking at National Geographic. The first people here in the Americas are closely related to South Africans and Australians. The first people what happened is, they were here before the Bering Straits, and when the Bering Straits connected, those Eurasians came through, and they eliminated the people that is already here. So, as before, so now. Everything is repeating. It's just a little bit of history repeating itself, like they say in that old jazz song.
Yeah, definitely. Definitely, man. Let me ask you this. Have you been watching these little battles that's happening during the pandemic?
I don't have the patience. I've been trying to. I love when D Nice was doing his thing, but everybody else has been a fucking debacle. What do you think?
No, some of it is dope, man. Some of it is fly. I mean, D Nice.
The RZA and Primo thing was dope.
That was hot, right? RZA and Primo went head up, bro. Did you listen to that one?
Yeah. Oh man. Well, first of all, RZA and Primo. Although I love Wu-Tang, I think a lot of that was the great marketing. But ain't nowhere in the world RZA can hang with the Primo. No. Although he got some monstrous cool cuts, but Primo is like he's Primo. He's Supremo.
He said Supremo. I gave the edge to RZA on that battle, by the way.
Did you?
I did.
Tell me why, brother.
The way it unfolded, I had to give it to him, man. He played one cut versus this cut. Bam. Who won? Who won? Who lost? Next cut. Who won? Who lost? Who won? Who lost? I had to give it to him, man.
Really?
I had to give it to him. But look, here's the new shit, though. Teddy, Riley, and Babyface went down. They got down.
I heard that. I saw some of that stuff. And you know it's crazy? But Babyface is older than us. But Teddy Riley is our generation. He started off, actually, he took us from the old school, which was Run DMC, to the new school with the same year, 85.
New Jack Swing.
You see what I'm talking about? So he is our producer. He created New Jack Swing, which was our R&B. You see what I'm talking about? But this is how I notice how the internet is wrong, and we killing we heading to the days of Logan's Run where all the old people gonna get killed. All those people's like, Grandpa, get off of Instagram and shit like that. And I'm like, Grandpa? Although I have adopted. Although my stepdaughter has grandkids, so I am a grandpa, I resemble that remark. Like,
you are it, buddy. I don't know if you know or not. I'm looking at your picture right now on the screen, nigga. You look like Grandpa. Grandpa.
Look like Grandpa.
Man's grandpa world.
Shit. Yeah, it is. It is what it is. But those niggas made hit. Listen. They look at all those. Geffen from Geffen Records. Mm-hmm. I don't know if he had as many hits as Dr. Dre is, but Geffen is sitting on $3 billion. Dr. Dre created every monumental. This is why we go back to the samples. Every monumental and pivotal artist. Dre is the Quincy Jones of hip hop.
Facts.
Everybody of importance is 6 degrees separated from Dr. Dre. Dude.
Facts. No even close doubt about that.
Right. He even made Michelet an artist. Michelet's album was bumping.
Hey, Michelet could sing like a motherfucker. You might not want to hear her talk.
You know, I grew up in 30s Hood. Her brother is Toussaint. Her name is Michelle Toussaint. Man, when my homeboy tried to talk to her when I was going to West LA, I said, man, why you want to talk to a girl that phony? Listen how she talk. I swore her voice is fake. I told my homeboy, I said, nigga, you don't want to be with no false, bro.
You thought it was fake? I know. I thought it was fake, too. I thought she was playing, too, when I first heard it. But, man, that's how she talked, bro. She could sing like a motherfucker.
I started laughing.
Oh, you talked to her?
Fuck? Yeah. No, she used to work in the Fox Hill Mall. She's like, yeah. Blah, blah, blah. I said, hold on. Why is she talking like she a baby, man? What's going on here, dude? And I was trying to tell him, like, man, you're going to be in heartache because this could be one of those girls that's hard to please. I didn't know that shit was real.
Damn.
Yeah.
Hey, all right, let me ask you about this. There's a lot of talk going around about coronavirus and prisoners, right? And
yes,
one person in a jail or one person in a prison literally can spread it to everybody in there, right?
Right.
People, are mixed on this. Some people say, hey, man, that's what you get for being in jail and shit. You know what I mean? Tough titty.
Man,
and then some people, from
7-Eleven is not a death sentence. You get what I'm saying? That's insane. Mm-hmm. The only reason they don't give a fuck about these prisoners because the face of the prisoners is black men. That is my belief on that.
That's the only reason.
That's insane to, even the fact that they let motherfuckers get raped in jail act like, well, that's part of your crime. That nigga was driving with a warrant. You know what I'm talking about? I mean,
yeah.
it's fucking. Listen, I posted this today. This was on NPR. 73% of inmates that in the Ohio prison test positive for coronavirus.
Damn.
73%. How can you even work in there? How can you even work in there?
Right.
But if you're making $17 an hour, you work in a place where everybody else fees off the prison, you're going to do their job, and you're going to keep going in, and you're going to come in and spread that shit. I know people are talking about starting the economy over again, and I'm with that if you're going to do it a different way. But the truth of the matter is, if this is real, I know there's a lot of black people think this is some conspiracy, and I don't know.
Let's take
get into that.
Let's take the if off of it right now. I want to know what Man's World's position is. Is it real or not?
Yes, my brother, Big Ja, the comedian, had coronavirus. So there's no doubt in my motherfucking mind the shit is real.
Okay. All right. So let's take the if off of it.
About other people. He was traveling around the country.
Yeah, let's take the if off of it because you said if it's real.
No, I mean, if it's, I'm saying as far as like if it is a conspiracy.
Conspiracy.
If it is a plan type of thing. I can't get into all that. I don't have enough research.
Well, look, one thing was a trip, bro, that came out today. What's that group called? WHO? The World Health?
Yeah, the World Health
Organization.
Yes.
Well, they've been kind of like shut down lately because basically Trump hasn't been in favor of the type of shit they've been saying or whatever.
He said he's going to cut off all the American, and we're the largest contributors to the world. Well, we were. Now we're the smallest because he said he ain't giving them shit.
Right, ain't giving them nothing. So in the wake of that, they came out and said they now have evidence that suggests coronavirus originated in animals and was not produced in a lab. People have been saying this for so long. No, people have been saying that, been challenging them, right? And they didn't want to come out with a strong enough position, but now I think they're ready to.
No, but the people who were challenging them, I'm saying is like I was reading this stuff. Some of I read science journals. I post a lot of stuff. I read science part of the news.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
And they have been saying that before. Like, no, this is just an evolved virus. And I was just watching it. I was just peeping it. But the people who talk on it, they don't know shit from, Shinola. They just talking. There are some conspiracies, but the conspiracies, we so wrapped up in them, it's like the Matrix.
Yeah, bro. Tell me about it. Shit.
Yeah, I mean, and believe me, I believe they are real. Like, we never hear about the Rothschilds anymore. But they didn't lose. Ain't nowhere in the world they lost all. They had half the world's wealth.
Well, you don't have to hear about them because you only just have to hear about the Federal Reserve Bank. You know
that's their private bank.
Exactly, and you hear about that all the time.
And they own Reuters News. They bought Reuters News. So all the news that everybody gets their news from comes from them. So you ain't going to hear from them. They got so many corporations and companies,
But look, think about this.
So I be hearing people talking about, oh, yeah, man, well, it's because Trump is so rich. Trump ain't rich in the scale of things. He's rich compared to us.
But look, people don't recognize and don't realize that the Federal Reserve Bank is not a federal bank.
Mm-mm.
And just because they have the word there, people think that like, oh, that's the government and it's that. And like, no, that is not the government, bro.
Bro, I was reading Wall Street Journal this morning because I was trying to think, like, where's the economy going to go? Where can I get my money? Because everything is changing. So what do I need to do to educate myself to get a good job in the next few months? Because everything we do now is fundamentally changed. And I was reading the Wall Street Journal and I started reading stock reports, and I noticed they kept saying banknotes. Banknotes is what they kept saying banknotes because we're not using dollars. We're using Federal Reserve's coupon. They're notes.
Yeah.
And we back
they are, bro.
Like using,
they are. They have no
like
value.
Like McDonald's coupons to buy shit that just work in the country.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying, man.
Conspiracy.
Yeah.
Did you or the Porters, did either one of y'all hear this when they first started talking about, before they gave away $6 trillion so far, but before they gave the first bailout, they said digital dollars. We gonna give it in digital dollars, because I was like, good, my Bitcoin gonna go up, and then it disappeared. But then right after that, they started saying people are getting chipped. What do you think? What are your thoughts about that? People getting chipped for their jobs.
Chips? What the fuck you mean a chip?
Microchips implanted.
Hell no. Nigga, please, bro. I will never, ever, 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 ever get a fucking chip.
I see that being very possible in the very near future.
Oh, they already got it.
Happening.
Yeah.
I'm telling y'all guys.
They already got it.
There's no way I would.
Man. Hold on.
There's no way I would agree to do that. They would. I think they're going to start doing it without people's permission. That's what's scary.
Oh, without permission.
Yeah, that's what's scary. Like, if you consent to it, then that's a little different than them giving it to you anyway.
But see, it doesn't start with like this mysterious chip. It starts with you getting used to being chipped. Like, I saw this thing where like, right by your wrist, this little shit that looks like a Tic Tac, right? That's what it looks like. They put this tiniest slit on your wrist and put the little Tic Tac like right in there. So when you walk into the office, you just wave your hand and it knows who you are. You get access, blam, 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 blam. It starts like that, where you just used to like, oh man, I already got the chip, nigga. Well, give me this new chip.
They have now are so small. Man, people were doing it for their jobs so they can check in and out.
I know, man, like police.
I don't love no job like that. Shit, the only way I do that is I was working at St. Peter in heaven. I was like,
working the door at the pearly gates. All right, man, look, man, I got to let you go, dog. Thanks for calling, though, man. That was good discussion, dog. Good discussion, man.
All right, peace.
All right, man, holla. Yeah, man. I don't know. I'm never getting a chip in my anything. And I have had this discussion with my son and my daughter's like, never get the chip. I don't care what the world comes to. You don't have to have the chip. You don't have to have it.
That's why you teach them to be entrepreneurs and make their own money. So that, I mean, some people might feel like they don't have a choice if they have to feed their family and they need this job. Okay, I'm just going to go ahead and get the chip. Fuck it, I got to feed my kids. So we have to try to be in a position where we're teaching generations to be their own boss, that this is the potential future. I mean,
that's right. You don't need, and if you do that, you don't need the chip and you don't need somebody that's trying to offer you the chip.
I wonder too. Wait a minute. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm taking him off. I wonder too if when prisoners do they have rights? I mean,
to their own body, huh?
Right. Like, do they chip them once you go to? If you go to jail, you're gonna get chipped. Could that be a deterrent or?
Oh, that's a good one. I you know what, I can see somebody putting that in play
instead of a ankle bracelet.
Right. Get the chip.
Right.
Yeah, and look, you could sit in jail and be like, hey, you want to get out or you going to stay? Because if you get out, you got to get this chip so we can monitor you. Fools will be saying yes to the chip. I would take it out, though, once I got out. I'd be like, nigga, I'm taking this shit out.
How can you just going to take a knife?
Yep. Just how they took a knife to put it in. I was just going the same shit and be like,
I just hope I don't ever have to get a chip.
I would have to. I couldn't do it. I couldn't be like under control like that, man. Can't do that to me. I'd rather live in the mountains and shit.
The way they're doing things now is just pretty scary. Have you ever watched Handmaid's Tale?
I hate that shit. I ain't watch it. I have seen it, yes. The first season, it was the worst shit ever.
I watched all, I think.
Ladies like it.
I just feel like that seems like that could possibly
Oh,
happen.
yeah.
You know what I'm
Facts.
saying? So I'm not talking about the whole thing, how they're using women, but just how they're going to make certain states where it's like you can't walk around. They got armed guards everywhere. Like you have to escape to Canada, like the slavery days. It was just, it seemed like that could happen.
Imagine if they said you couldn't fly. You need the chip to fly. You don't have to get the chip, but if you fly, you got to have it to board the plane. Click, click, and you wipe your arm. I would be like, damn, I ain't flying.
Private jet.
Private jet, right. Private sneakers. Man, 100 years from now, man, I don't even know what to say.
It won't even matter. You won't be here.
What you talking about? I'm going to be 152, God damn it. I ain't 52, 51. All right. Last item I want to talk about, Poetess, is this is the anniversary of the passing of one of the kings of the game, Mr. Prince.
Yeah.
I had totally forgotten about it till everybody started posting today, and I said, dang, man, Prince, it comes by so fast.
And it's been 4 years now?
That's what I'm trying to figure out. Has it been 4 years?
2016.
Dang. Homie Prince.
That was a terrible day.
It was, man. It was unbelievable. It was a trip.
It was, I mean, because he was so young.
He was so young, and it was so great.
Could have been prevented, but maybe Prince wanted to go. I mean, do we think that? Like,
I haven't heard that perspective.
Because they said that just days earlier he was on a private jet. They had to do an emergency landing, and they're saying allegedly he had an overdose on the plane.
Right.
And so
you think he was trying to kill himself? I think he just was too out there on that shit, man, unfortunately.
I don't know. I don't think, I mean, after almost nearly dying just days before and you're back at it, just popping pills.
That's that shit, man. Unfortunately.
I don't know. He was one of the greatest entertainers of all time, and I just think a lot of the greats die young.
Well, you know, there was a conspiracy, or many conspiracies, but one of the main ones is that basically something about Warner Brothers, and they were going to have to fork over some money to him or something, and if he lived so much longer or something, it was something tied to the label.
Everything ain't
and all
a
that.
damn conspiracy.
Right.
Everything is not a conspiracy. People die.
Sometimes.
People take drugs.
Right.
They die. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So everything is not a conspiracy. Although there are conspiracies and there are some things you can't put past people like that.
Right.
But not everything.
Everything. Exactly.
You know?
I got to have some proof on that. My favorite Prince album is 1999.
Mine was Dirty Mind.
Oh, Dirty Mind?
Yeah.
I feel that. The first 6 were really all greatness. What's the album with Pop Life? Around the World in a Day? Is that it?
I forget.
Yeah. That was my second favorite. It only had like 7 songs on it or 6 songs.
What about his movie?
Life. Oh, Purple Rain?
And Under the Cherry Moon.
Oh, Under the Cherry Moon is slept on. I kind of liked it. It was in black and white.
I'm going to have to watch it again. I actually have a DVD copy of that movie.
Really? It's in black and white. Except for like red shows up sometimes. Yeah.
So wait, speaking of Prince, and rest in peace, Prince, but there is some drama going on with Apollonia and Sheila E.
Really?
I don't know if it was a gossip, and I don't know if this was a gossip column or whatever, but she was going in on Sheila E. Apollonia was.
Really?
Saying that she's a liar, that Prince stopped fucking with her 5 years before he died, and that you're using his death to profit. And I mean, she just went in, and she was saying that Sheila E.'s memoirs is full of lies, and that she's gonna put out a book telling the real truth and all of this. And I'm like, wow.
To me, I would think Apollonia would be the one that's using his death and all that to get fame, because Sheila E. she got her own little fame and all that already, right? I mean, she is talented. What does Apollonia do except for look fine? I don't even know how she look now, but
was it her or no? Vanity became the religious,
right?
Super religious. I think it was Vanity.
Yeah, after fucking with Prince and that Vanity 6.
She became super religious.
But Apollonia was on some show, wasn't she? Like Falcon's Crest or some shit like that.
I don't know. I mean, I would have loved to have been somebody that Prince knew or I hung out with, and I have friends who have, like, you know, I have friends that my girl DJ Pam, rest in peace, was Prince's last DJ.
Really?
Yeah, from the Coup.
Oh, okay.
And then my homegirl DJ EQ DJ'd a few parties for him.
I saw Prince one time. I mean, I saw him in concert at the Forum. I saw him one time in person, which was at the China Club over there in Hollywood back in the day. And that fool came in the club with, he seemed like he was about like 4'11". That nigga was little.
Oh, yeah, he's about my height.
On some heels. He had on some heels. He looked fly. He was in all white, some high-ass white heels and all that. And some big-ass fool was with him. Like him and one big dude. This dude was like
chick?
7 feet.
White boy?
Black
Chick?
dude.
Oh, okay.
Big old black dude. With nothing but a T-shirt that was crying. His T-shirt was like,
one year, Prince came to BRE. Have you ever been to BRE?
No, but I know what's up with it.
Yeah, it's Black Radio exclusive. It was a yearly conference that they had here in Los Angeles. Mm-hmm. And Prince came one year, which was, I don't know, kind of shocking.
I know. What did he do? A walkthrough? Just
Nah, he performed.
Oh, shit.
Like in like a little ballroom situation.
Damn.
And I got to get on stage with him.
Really?
And I was like, just.
Was it impromptu?
You know, I don't know that I think he performed or he received an award or something.
Okay.
But I was like right on him, like right behind him. And I said, what happened if I grab his ass?
Oh, he'll be like, stop it.
That big dude would come and probably kill me.
He'll be like, turn around and stop it.
Okay,
stop
so
it, poetess. Stop it.
Prince memory I do have is I was working for The Beat, and I was called to go out and cover a press conference that Prince was doing for his album, the one with Call Me on it. Call Me. Musicology, I think is that album. Yeah, that's the Musicology album that he gave away during his concerts.
Yeah,
remember
I don't
that?
know that one. Musicology?
Call me. I just can't sing songs about you. I love you so much.
Must have been in the latter days.
Yeah, it was. This is anyway. This probably was about maybe 10 years ago.
No, I didn't really get into Prince after Sign of the Times.
This is definitely after, but get the Musicology album, because I didn't get into all of Prince's albums either, but the Musicology album was good. But anyway. So I was called to go to this press conference. It was like 10 o'clock in the morning. It was at El Rey. So I thought he was just going to come out and talk about his album and his tour or whatever. So we're sitting there and Prince does a concert.
Wow.
Like at 10 in the morning.
Wow.
And I was like, oh, wow, this is my life right now.
Wow.
And then afterward, he performed the Musicology album for everybody. And then he let you ask him questions. It was like a Q&A. And I got to find that. I have that on one of my interviews from that day.
Wow.
I got to find that. But we got to ask him questions. I got to ask him a question. So it was cool. It was really a sweet surprise.
Somebody needs to do a documentary on Prince's ladies, man. All his various ladies. He had the finest ladies, period. Period. If you got to put everybody up and put their ladies next to him, and who got the finest, it's him.
And he could get away. He's the only man that could get away with wearing lace and the stuff that he wore, ruffles.
Look, at first,
his hair was on
point,
on lit,
yeah,
or whatever. I mean, his hair was fire, like every time.
At first, it was some old, like, niggas was not rolling with it, but he just was so talented.
I don't
so
ever
cool.
know there was a time, even when he had on his leopard skin underwears with the
when he had
with
his
the
booty
leg
out?
warmers.
What about when he had his ass out?
From his first album.
And then one album, he's butt naked with like a little flower type shit over him.
That was the
Niggas don't roll with that.
1999 album.
No, 1999 album had like cartoon colors, purple and shit.
But when you open it up.
Oh, when you open it.
He's laying on the bed with the neon light.
Yes, that part.
It wasn't for you.
That's
it was for us. That was
part.
For us.
Yeah, exactly. That's what Prince was for. All right, y'all, man. Thanks for joining us, man. I had fun with you guys tonight. I will check y'all out next week. I'm King Mike Boogie on all my items. Follow me. Shit, let's do it, man. Run it. Da, 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 da.
That's all niggas do. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 little bars. That's all niggas do. So the next 8 little bars are for you. 8 little bars. That's all niggas do. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 little bars. That's all niggas do. Fatherless boys, I say it's the worst.